Coming up next, he spent more than 40 years behind bars fighting for his freedom. Now his family is celebrating the best possible news.
While we can't change the past, we pray today that the court will help make amends for it by exonerating Subu.
Plus, we're just days away from the 2-year anniversary of a deadly attack on Israel that launched a new war. We have local reaction to the October 7th anniversary.
And the latest on the federal government shutdown, with both political parties at a standstill over key issues. The Center County Report starts now. Good afternoon, I'm Nolan Collery.
And I'm Morgan Supis. Thanks for joining us for the Center County Report. Our top story: after more than 40 years in prison for a crime he says he didn't commit, a State College man is set to finally walk free. Subu Vedum was convicted of a 1980 murder. He's now 64 years old. Reporter Hannah Newrohr is in our studio with the latest. Hannah?
Morgan, after 4 decades, Subu Vedum's long fight for freedom is almost over. The district attorney says he plans to drop the case and not pursue a new trial. That means Vedum will soon walk out of prison. Vedum spent decades behind bars after his conviction for killing Thomas Kinzer near State College. Supporters fought for his release. Then, earlier this year, a judge looked at new evidence about the size of the victim's gunshot wound that defense attorneys said can prove their client is not guilty. That judge ordered a new trial. Now the district attorney has filed a request for the case to be dismissed. He says, quote, "It is not a decision made lightly. Nevertheless, given everything that has happened thus far, I believe it is the just decision to make." Vedum's sister has pressed for his release for years. Here's what she said in February.
A justice system that holds itself accountable when innocent people are punished for crimes they didn't commit. While we can't change the past, we pray today that the court will help make amends for it by exonerating Subu.
The decision from the DA to not appeal the judge's new trial order puts Vedum one step closer to freedom. It's not yet clear exactly when he'll walk out of prison. He's currently held at the prison in Huntington. I'm Hannah Newrohr. Back to you.
Thanks, Hannah. Pennsylvania's months-long budget standoff continues to drag on. The stalemate in Harrisburg is going into its 4th month. Now counties, school districts, and social service agencies are warning of layoffs, borrowing costs, and damage to the state's safety net as the politically divided state government fights over the issue. It involves Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro, the Democratic-controlled House, and the Republican-controlled Senate. Billions of dollars are stalled from going to schools and social services, and it has no certain end in sight. And the federal government shutdown continues today, with both sides showing no signs of giving in. It's the first shutdown in 7 years. Reporter Hope Green is live in the studio with more. Hope?
That's right, Nolan. The last government shutdown happened in 2018 under President Trump's first administration. It lasted 35 days. The big sticking point this time is a standoff with Democrats over health care benefits. And the longer this drags on, the worse the effects will be. President Trump is putting plans in place for layoffs and cuts across the federal government. Washington is bracing for what could be a prolonged federal shutdown after lawmakers deadlocked and missed the deadline for funding the government. Right now, non-essential federal workers are staying home, while essential federal workers are working without pay. The key issue: Democrats want the Trump administration to address health care and reverse Medicaid cuts. Neither side is budging.
The main thing I'm worried about is a president who would agree to a deal and then immediately start firing people and rescinding funds and tearing everything up.
Furloughs and layoffs are possible as the shutdown drags on.
It's not going to be perfect because we are in a government shutdown. We are going to have to lay some people off if the shutdown continues. We don't like that. We don't necessarily want to do it, but we're going to do what we have to keep the American people's essential services continuing to run.
Many services will continue during the shutdown, including mail delivery, air traffic controllers, TSA workers, Social Security payments, and Medicare coverage. But some closures are happening, including some national parks and CDC medical research. Federal agencies are developing their own plans for next steps, so some services and operations may slow down. Senators are heading back to the Capitol today for another vote on government funding, but there's been no sign of any real progress yet. Democrats' main demand is that Congress extend tax credits that were boosted during the pandemic for health care plans offered under the Affordable Care Act. I'm Hope Green reporting. Back to you.
Thanks, Hope. We have breaking news right now. President Trump is saying Hamas must agree to a proposed peace deal for Gaza by 6 p.m. Sunday. If not, he says, quote, all hell, like no one has ever seen before, will break out against Hamas, end quote. Next Tuesday marks 2 years since the war between Israel and Hamas began. Reporter Emma Goldkopf has more.
As war drags on and a solemn anniversary approaches, many here in Center County and at Penn State are taking time to reflect.
There's many ways that I can describe October 7th, but there's many other ways that I can cope in trying to go back in time so that even though October 7th happened, people are still closer together than we think.
Tuesday marks the 2-year anniversary of the Hamas attack on Israel, which killed nearly 1,200 people and sparked the war in Gaza.
The history did not start on October 7th and did not end in October 7th.
Tamir Sorek is a professor of modern history of the Middle East at Penn State. He says the Hamas attack was really a continuation of a long conflict dating back many years.
October 7th, the attack of Israel by Hamas, which was cruel and criminal, but it has a context. It has a context of many decades of brutal oppression of the Palestinian people.
The Israel-Hamas war also left 66,000 Palestinians dead, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has agreed to back a U.S.-sponsored peace plan to end the war after meeting with President Trump. Hamas says it's studying the plan. Both Delugaz and Sorek are not optimistic that peace is possible anytime soon.
Do you think these new efforts are going to actually bring peace to either side?
No, I don't think so. You have a deal, a 20-point deal to end the current conflict. Conflicts don't end when the war ends.
Germany in the Second World War lost 10% of the population and only then changed. I do not see this happening in the near future.
Penn State Hillel plans to host a vigil on Old Main Lawn next week to mark the anniversary and remember those lost. We reached out to Penn State Students for Justice in Palestine for comment, but the organization has not responded. In University Park, I'm Emma Goldkopf for the Center County Report.
The new proposed peace plan was shared with Hamas this week. And today, new reporting from BBC says Hamas's military leader disagrees with the plan and believes its goal is to dismantle Hamas, no matter how it responds.
The Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission has a new tool to help with customer service. This is Miles, the newest AI member of the Turnpike staff. He's part of an ongoing effort to modernize one of the nation's oldest highways. The new AI-powered chatbot acts as a virtual assistant on the Turnpike website, answering common questions about tolling, easy pass travel conditions, and more. You can talk to Miles at paturnpike.com.
Still to come on the Center County Report, are we going to enjoy a warm and sunny weekend? We'll check out the 7-day forecast.
And a new community services building opens in Center County. Also coming up, it's opening night for Penn State hockey and its new superstar player. We'll take a closer look at the new season and all the hype.
When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile.
Todd's a joy.
Yes.
Todd's really is a great joy.
And you. Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Keep going, keep going.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? I'm high. Oh.
Center County officials have opened a new $30 million community services building. A former nursing home in Bellefonte has been transformed to bring several county services under the same roof. The Office of Aging, Elections Office, Veterans Affairs, and Children Youth Services are some of the departments housed here. It was also designed with trauma-informed practices to help create a calming space for staff and residents.
And a new park in Ferguson Township is open for people to enjoy. The first phase of the Whitehall Road Regional Park is finished after several years of planning and delays. The 50-acre park features an all-abilities playground, multi-purpose fields, walking trails, and a garden. Center Region Parks and Recreation plans to continue expanding the park's features in the coming years. Should be some nice weather to enjoy the park this weekend. Here's Luke with the forecast.
Thanks so much, Nolan. We are going to be seeing some of those clearer conditions persist this weekend, but we got that first taste of fall these past few days. As we can see here over the Arboretum, we're going to be seeing clear skies throughout much of the area. That's going to be due to some high pressure we have sitting over the northeastern United States. Current conditions in State College, 64 degrees. Again, clear skies with a feels like of 64 as well. Dew point sitting at 50 degrees with some light winds coming in from the south-southwest at around 5 miles per hour. Looking at the rest of the Commonwealth, our recent radar and satellite imagery, much of the same is going to be true for Pennsylvania. The only real high-level clouds we're going to be seeing are south of the I-80 corridor, but even then, going to be very minimal cloud coverage, looking at gorgeous, beautiful, clear skies for much of the state as of right now. But for our drought monitor, we are going to be seeing some of these drier, drought-like conditions yet again persisting throughout much of Pennsylvania. Here in State College, we aren't at the highest level of drought, but those much-needed showers are hopefully going to be on their way soon in the forecast. For average high temperatures for the rest of the 5 days, we're going to be looking at a high of around 77 degrees for the next few days or so. Today's going to be a little bit chillier than what is expected in the 7-day, but this is around 10 degrees above average. Center County typically sits in the upper 60s for early October, so definitely on the warmer side as we look into the rest of the week. For our future radar cast, again, you're going to be seeing temperatures climb into the 70s for many, and then overnight, temperatures do fall to more seasonable and average conditions in the mid and lower 40s for some regions. The only outlier is really going to be to our northwest in the Erie region. They're still going to be sitting in the lower 50s for their low temperatures moving forward. For our upper air heights, this real high pressure is what's going to be causing some of these clear conditions, and again, those warm temperatures and higher temperatures as well is what's going to be causing that. But we do see a low pressure system slowly beginning to slide its way across much of the eastern United States. That's going to be giving way to some more precipitation, some more cloud formation, and yes, thankfully, some lower temperatures as well. That's going to continue moving its way across. Tuesday and Wednesday are really going to be the biggest rainmakers that we see moving forward. So I'm going to walk you through that real quick. Again, Monday, we're not really going to be seeing anything going on. Tuesday morning, a few trickles in the western portion of the state, but by Tuesday afternoon, that's when these showers really start impacting much of the state, continuing through, and this huge band of precipitation is going to be making its way through much of the eastern and southeastern region of the United States, continuing through by Wednesday morning. A bit of a wet start for the day, but precipitation should be gone by then. Looking at the rest of today, a high of 73 degrees. Again, mostly sunny conditions persisting, winds staying relatively calm throughout the day. Later on this evening, a low of 48 with some late fog making its way into the area. And as we head into tomorrow, we see those temperatures yet again increasing with a high of 79 degrees. Warm and clear conditions are expected to persist. And as we see that 7-day forecast, our chance of precipitation is going to be the highest on Tuesday and Wednesday. And some more seasonable fall-like temperatures are expected to make their way into Center County. So I'm a fan of the heat, but I'm very excited for fall to finally be making its way here.
I'm right there with you. I'm going to enjoy it a little bit longer because I'm on the chillier side, but I'm excited for autumn to finally come in with us.
Yeah, definitely had some beautiful weekends. And this is the first weekend in State College that Penn State isn't going to be playing football at home, as they take it to the road to play UCLA. And with that and a whole lot more, let's take it to my viewing with sports.
Coming up in sports, Penn State's hockey season begins with the NHL's top prospect taking the ice for the Nittany Lions. We preview what's expected to be an exciting season. And after practice this week, Penn State football is on the road for the first time this season. Can they rebound from a devastating whiteout loss?
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And if you're like me, your pets mean the world to you. And if disaster strikes, saving them is a priority. Learn how to keep your best friends safe at AmericanHumane.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Yeah.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
I'm Maya Beeling with sports. Penn State football is on the road for the first time this season. The Lions are 3-1 after last weekend's loss to Oregon. The whiteout energy and last-minute offensive effort sent the game into double overtime, but it wasn't quite enough to win. Now the focus is on bouncing back.
Yesterday, Penn State football traveled to California ahead of its first road game against a winless UCLA team. However, the Nittany Lions are without one of their star linebackers. On Wednesday, it was confirmed that Tony Rojas is out with a long-term injury.
Obviously, the hardest part is the initial, shock of it and the initial news of it. But the next guy is going to have to step up.
Dom DeLuca will take on a larger role in Rojas' absence, and Franklin hinted that true freshmen Alex Tash and Cam Smith could also see more playing time. After last week's loss, many players are using it as motivation moving forward.
A loss sometimes brings teams closer together because it gets you off track, but you got to be in the right spot to get the season back how you want it.
Even though there's been frustration among fans, and Franklin has acknowledged that the team's messaging has remained the same. At practice, there is a new digital sign that displays the same 1-0 message.
We treat every opponent the same no matter what. We don't really look at the rankings or anything like that. We just try to go 1-0 every week.
Kickoff for tomorrow's UCLA game is 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can listen to the game live on Penn State Com Radio with our broadcast team at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Now over to high school football. Let's take a look at some of the key games on tonight's schedule. The Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders head to homecoming, taking on the Bellwood Antis Blue Devils. The Marauders are the defending 1A state champs and have won the last 2 meetings of these teams. The Bellefonte Red Raiders also look to reign on a homecoming parade at Phillipsburg Osceola. PO won against the Red Raiders in 2023 and 10 years before that in 2013. And the State High Little Lions look to continue their 3-game win streak against the Cedar Cliff Colts. Penn State men's hockey added some valuable additions to their roster this season, including a top prospect in the 2026 NHL Draft. Now there are high expectations as the season opens tonight. Andrew Matz has more.
Moves in, swung it back to Marcico, fires, score!
The Nittany Lions made an impressive run to the Frozen Four last season, and their success continued in the offseason as they added projected NHL first overall pick Gavin McKenna.
He fits into our locker room extremely well. I will tell you, he's extremely quick. He's extremely fast.
McKenna had 129 points in just 56 games last season for the Medicine Hat Tigers. McKenna says when he decided to come to college, Penn State is where he wanted to be.
Obviously, as soon as I saw this place, I kind of knew I was coming here.
He isn't the only skilled player the team added. Jackson Smith became Penn State's first-round pick when he was selected 14th overall by Columbus in last summer's NHL Draft.
He's one of the most beautiful skaters you will ever see in your life, except he's doing it in a big 6'4" frame.
Smith adds to a defense that lost captain Simon Mack last year, but he isn't the only defenseman to make the roster. Guy Gadowski decided to bring his son home too. Matt Gadowski was a top 10 finalist for the Hobie Baker Award last season at Army. Now, he's an Indy Lion.
So he's going to be a welcome addition with the skill set he brings to our needs.
Gadowski wasn't the only transfer Penn State brought in. Goalie Arseny Sergeyev signed a pro contract after last season, so the coach went into the transfer portal again and got Kevin Radler.
He's the one goalie that we brought in that does have collegiate experience being a transfer. He is a little bit of an Arseny 2.0 in the fact that he loves to compete and he's a fun guy.
Whether it's transfers or freshmen, Penn State has plenty of prime talent on the ice. The team will try to take that next step as a new season begins. In University Park, I'm Andrew Matz for the Center County Report.
Both games of this weekend's series at Arizona State will air on national TV on the NHL Network. Puck drop tonight is at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Over in Rec Hall, women's volleyball looks to rebound tonight after a tough loss by welcoming the #1 team in the country, Nebraska. Penn State started conference play last weekend by hosting USC and UCLA. The Nittany Lions opened the weekend by beating the Trojans in a 5-set thriller, but then dropped in the next match to the Bruins on Sunday in 4 sets. Tonight's match against the Cornhuskers begins at 8. Finally, last week we introduced you to Dave Geary, who's been on a mission to attend 14 college football games in 14 weeks. When we talked to him, Geary had already been to Alabama, Tennessee, and West Point. He was preparing for his most anticipated and biggest college environment yet, the Penn State whiteout. Dave was unsure what to expect, but when we checked in with him later, he said it did not disappoint.
Truly, it was better than I expected. I had a lot of expectations going there, and it exceeded everything I imagined and more. Like, honestly, the biggest tailgate I've seen from coast to coast. I've been to a number of different college campuses, different college game days, and it was just bigger and better than anything I have been to. The friendliness of everyone, just inviting us into their tailgates, welcoming us with drinks, food, was insane. Yeah, I'm genuinely lost for words on how to describe it, but yeah, it's just one of the best atmospheres I have ever been in for any sporting event.
What a great experience for him. And that's all for sports. Now, Morgan and Nolan, it's an exciting weekend for Penn State athletics. I'm personally looking forward to Gavin McKenna hitting the ice with men's hockey.
Yeah, tonight's going to be absolutely incredible. It's a ranked matchup in Tempe, Arizona. I'll be keeping up with it.
I think everyone's excited to see him hit the ice. And thank you, Maya. Coming up next, pets are a special part of people's families. And in one local church, animals were invited to receive a blessing. That story after the break.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
There's been another deadly shooting at a local elementary school. According to authorities, the suspect acquired the gun from a family member's home before using it to take the lives of innocent children and teachers.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Take control at ready.gov/olderadults.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like, they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
For many people, pets are a part of the family. And last night, a church in Howard held a special event for those animals. Reporter Nico Rodriguez was there.
Bless her life in our care, and may she know love through all her days. Amen.
St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Howard hosted a pet and animal blessing. All were welcome to bring any pet or animal to the service. Patrons were also encouraged to bring photos of deceased animals to receive the blessing. Members of Howard took advantage of the opportunity to partake in the parish event.
Just spiritually, I feel like I get blessed myself. Why not get my pet blessed too?
St. Mark's has held this event around October 4th for the past 4 years. October 4th signifies the remembrance of Francis of Assisi.
Churches around October 4th is a day that churches celebrate St. Francis of Assisi, and he was known for his love of creation, animals, and so churches around this time of year traditionally do blessings of pets and animals.
The Fauzi family brought their 3-month-old dog Penny to the blessing. Pastor Pensick thinks the pet blessing event is great for the community.
Dogs or cats they're part of the family, and so it's important to include them and to recognize them for the service, that we are seeing you as part of God's creation, seeing part of God's creation that we love.
The church was also accepting donations for Center County Paws. In Howard, I'm Nico Rodriguez for the Center County Report.
St. Mark's also took donations at the event for Center County Paws, the nonprofit shelter for cats and dogs in State College. And Morgan, let me tell you something. If my mom found out about that event, both my cats would have been driven up to State College yesterday.
They're a part of the family. Why not bring them along? I mean, come on. That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us Tuesday for our next local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report X. And you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good weekend.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and tools they need to succeed in life. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
In Iraq, our truck hit a roadside bomb. I had about 16 surgeries on my hand so that I could regain function. And when I came home, I needed a new roof due to a storm. And I was about to lose homeowners insurance as well. I applied for Operation Homefront Critical Financial Assistance Program. And it's good to know that when we come home, there are people who are there that care about us. Operation Homefront, they've really been a blessing.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
The new Walk MS experience was so uplifting. All of us are coming together, not only for that walk day, but for every day.
I love the energy at Walk MS. It is community, it is family. I can ride that high for the rest of the year.
A cure is on the line for me.
A cure is on the line for all of us.